So it's not a fashion statement. It's kind of either we got to wear something.
Protect yourself.
Yeah, we have to wear something because we walk out with cobwebs all over, or
protect your
insulation, all kinds of stuff. Yeah, that's one thing that we were just talking about with the guys. Because I don't wear a mask, but at this point, I've had just about everything, and I tell them that you guys have to wear a mask.
What do you mean about everything?
Yeah, well, cancer, I have just about everything. So I tell them that you have to wear a mask
because asbestos and all that.
Yeah.
Well, shall we just call this? We're going live on DB Real Talk here. Cut off your story. I want to get right back into that because something recently just happened that I think it's relevant. But can you introduce yourself real quick?
So Wayne Morrely,
okay,
with the House Doctors, Los Doctores del Hogar.
House Doctors in the house. Yeah.
And he said that to me in Spanish because he knows I'm certified. So you said it's important to wear a mask, right? And you're a home inspector guru. We're going to talk about all the certifications that you have. You can fucking everything. You can build a house.
Yes, sir.
You can perform surgery, take out your tonsils, whatever you need. He's got you. But talk to us about the importance of home inspectors being protected and wearing proper masks or whatever it may be.
Yeah, 100%. So I think on my end, we tend to forget, where I was just having a conversation with the guys, and not just because something just recently happened, but because we really need to, right? Yeah. We're in a lot of yucky places with a lot of different elements, with a lot of different materials that are hazardous that can be hazardous to homeowners, and we're going to enter those spaces, sometimes those confined spaces where those materials are that can be hazardous, or we're looking to see if they are there. So we need to protect ourselves as well.
You have to, man. And I'm not going to actually get too detailed on what just occurred, but a friend of the industry, home inspector, passed away. I know the family's being private about it, so I'm just going to say we're dedicating this to HK.
Yeah.
But apparently he passed out in an attic.
Yes.
And ended up passing away this past week. So it's important, man. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah. And actually, like as you just said, one of the things that I first started saying is I had to go home and shower. I was soaked. I was in an attic today, about 145 degrees.
Wow.
And you're in there for a little while.
Yeah.
You don't realize till you come out. That you can't be in there too long.
Yeah.
You got to even if you need a few minutes to come out, take a breath, and come back in and do what we need to do. Do what we do, but. Yeah, safety. Sometimes we forget it's got to be the most important.
What's the most dangerous thing you can encounter in doing the home inspections? What's like the stuff that?
The roofs. I would say roofs.
Roofs.
Yeah, and we have those diehard. I'm old school, so I was always big on I wanted to touch it. You got to touch it. Now we have a drone. I have no knees, right? My back. So the drone is great, but also it comes with experience where. If from the ground I can't see what's happening, then something's going on.
Right.
But to be able to get the drone up there and to get pictures, but
that's awesome technology.
Definitely the roofs because
Wayne, you use the drone in the attic, brother.
We probably could. They actually have a few little ones that we probably could now.
Or get a little truck to just drive around that bad boy.
Yeah, like the crawl bots. Yeah. But roofs by far because we probably have more accidents. So I hear more accidents on the roofs. Material, asbestos, insulation, you get it on you. You're not being careful. We don't wear our suits, and then all rashes, and you got all kinds of stuff. But
I always heard about asbestos. How serious is that? You encounter that? It can
like if you ate something.
You don't want to eat it. Probably go straight into your bloodstream. But and while I'm not a minimalist, where sometimes we're inspect. We were at one yesterday actually with an agent, and the buyer was asbestos, and I pretty much. While I don't want to, minimize, the hazard, it's if you leave it alone, it'll leave you alone, right? Like a lot of other hazards.
So you can eat it.
No, you gotta leave it alone. Can't eat it because if you eat it, it's gonna get in your bloodstream, and then we could have serious issues. But one thing we don't talk about is we use asbestos today in building material. Right? Yeah. And we only talk about old homes that have asbestos. And I don't like to get into that either because then it's like, well, then every home has it. Well, every home's going to have some hazards, right? There's a lot of things that we just...
Radon, that's kind of common too.
Exactly.
Can you eat that?
Yeah. No, you breathe it, but
and I'm clowning.
but you don't want it in the home.
But people would eat lead, yo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, what is going on?
And the fact that we have to say you don't want to eat it.
You shouldn't be a homeowner if you're eating shit like that.
Yeah, because, people are going to do that, right?
I don't know who's eating that stuff, but okay.
Yeah, but they are. Unfortunately, that's how, that's how
we have regulation about lead. Like, what is going on?
Yes.
Don't eat weird shit, people.
Yeah.
So Wayne, we've been working for many, many years. How long have you been in business, and how did you get started?
Wow, that's a good question. So I don't remember. So how did we've been doing this for maybe 98, 99, I think is when I first started. And how did I get started?
7 years, yeah.
That just hit.
So I bought a home and it was a horrible experience.
Okay.
Right. At my, I look young, but I'm not that young. But at 19, purchasing a home,
That was
right?
a cocky flex.
Yeah, right. Well, I'm just,
And 19, he was purchasing a home at 19.
So I'm buying a home, and the home buying process was horrible. No one took me serious. I looked like a baby, right?
Yeah.
Nobody took me serious.
That was before Fleitas was in the game. That's why.
Yeah. And he was at a court playing basketball. So we were kids then, right? And the best experience for me was the home inspection, because at that point I'd already been in the trades for years, right? And I related, but at the same time, there was so much missing that I'm like, wait, what about this? And what about this? And what about that? Because at that point, that wasn't about 4, 5, 6 years into the trades, that I knew a lot more than my home inspector. Okay. So I asked him, I just blatantly asked him, hey, how did you become a home inspector? And when he told me, I was kind of shocked.
Like, that's it?
Yeah, like no licensing requirement. He literally just made a business card. They told him he would make a good home inspector because he was a good DIYer. And I was kind of shocked. I'm like, wow, this can't be.
Is that the same today?
No, it's not. No, it's not today. So up until the Licensing Act in 2002, anyone could have been a home inspector.
Just eating asbestos and shit.
Pretty much, yeah. There you go. I'm telling people, don't eat that. Right? Don't eat that. Don't go there. Right?
And you're a home inspector.
And paint over it. It's mold. Paint over it. You'll be fine. Right. And so it's stuck in the back of my mind. And then off I went to the Air Force. I went off to the Air Force Academy, and again, now I'm somewhere else. I need to purchase a home. Yeah. And my agent was one of my commanders on base, and I'm like, I want to do my own home inspection. But in Texas, they had a licensing requirement. I'm like, well, how does that work? Well, we didn't have one in Illinois, Chicago. So I found out they have like almost an apprenticeship program.
Okay.
Right. So you actually have to put in the hours, you have to study, and then you have to work under someone for so long before you can actually be a licensed home inspector, which I thought was great. Again, with my background, that I was able to show that I had the experience. I followed someone around for about 3-4 months, and then even then he's like, you know what, you're good to you could be teaching me. And so I started in Texas with Los Doctores del Hogar. Okay. That's kind of how I started, and it became the house doctors. And Texas, California, because I was in the Air Force. And then someone contacted me here. Rest in peace, one of my mentors, Chuck Walton, and home inspector, passed away last year as well. And he said, "Who are you, and why are you using my name?" And I said, because I'm from Chicago, and we had, what was it back then? MySpace, right?
MySpace.
Did I just age myself?
A little bit.
And that's how he found me. And I said, well, I'm going to be in Chicago. And we met. And he became my mentor. We met. I told him I was in Texas. He said, when are you coming home? You speak Spanish. You can do such great things here. I'm like, well, I'm doing a lot of good things in Texas right now. Yeah. And I think that's where I want to stay. And just talking with him, I learned so much from him business-wise. I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about business. I liked what I did. I enjoyed it. And it was from Texas to California to Illinois is completely different. Okay, it's a completely different market in the way that we do things. Illinois has a way of just doing what they want to do, how they want to do, and it was completely different. And when I came home, there was still no licensing requirement. So I came home.
Just don't eat radon.
99, 2000, no licensing requirement, which wasn't bad. There was a lot of good knowledgeable people, a lot of good organizations like ASHI and Internachi, a lot of good organizations where those certifications actually meant something, because that's really how you got your knowledge. That was almost like our schooling. And then in 2002, I was able to be a part of the Licensing Act and a push to have home inspectors be licensed, which was good, because then it at least gave
that's necessary.
It at least gave someone a standard that appraisers have to do an apprenticeship and home inspectors don't. I think is crazy. Because there's so much.
100%. We all have the real estate have to be licensed. We got to be licensed. You got to be licensed.
Yeah. We all need to be.
We all,
and there's and while it is getting better, and I think those that are in the industry now, as the home inspectors, the brotherhood, right? Or even our industry. I think we're getting more and more quality people that we still have a huge turnaround, but that actually want to stay in business, that want to learn, that want to grow. And that's what we try to be a part of.
You're uniquely different though.
Yes.
I mean, you're certified in roofing, mold, radon, like you can do every test.
So that started because when the Licensing Act came into effect, we started a school. Right. And when Chuck Wall and myself, we opened the House Doctors Home Inspection Training Institute. And along with teaching those courses or teaching the home inspectors course came, we also want to do, back then we didn't have it like the Part 107, the drones, the mold, right? The industrial hygienist to be able to, from roofing to waterproofing. There was a lot of different certifications that we wanted to offer. And to be able to offer those, you have to have them yourself. Right. And you have to have experience in them. So many, many moons ago, that's what I did. I had the opportunity to spend time with a waterproofer who did this every day. And my background in the Air Force already allowed me to do all those things as well. But to be able to have an accreditation or a certification that said, what you're doing, especially in this industry, like, right?
Have you raised your prices?
I haven't. You know what? No, I have not. You're right. That's one thing that we actually keep adding services. That's what we do. We add services and we leave the prices the same, right?
That's not a great business model.
He has a lot of business, so it works for him.
Yeah, we stay busy.
But that's how you get more referrals, right?
Yeah, and I say this, people are going to hear this. So we stopped doing this for money a long time ago, right? My kids are all grown. We have one. She's 17, right? Like yourself, Bella just graduated. She's off to college. Monday. She's starting real estate school.
Wow!
So that's awesome. I told her she should be a lender.
It's safer.
Yeah, but one of my 4 daughters, they'll figure it out. One of them's gonna be a lender. So I have one left still. But at the end of the day, I love what I do. And like you guys know, getting that phone call, being out there, and be able to be a part of that process, and helping our sometimes the seller and the buyer, be able to get in the home.
That's a great perspective, actually.
It is, because he is definitely a one-stop shop. Like a lot of times I've called him and usually you go with other inspectors. No, you got to get a certified person to do this, that.
He can do it all.
Yeah, he can do it all.
Yeah. And in the process, I think that's probably the one thing that, and I tell agents, I tell them, even lenders, hey, you like Hughes, great. Have him call me. Maybe I can help him get certified himself. I can, and people
level them up.
100%. And people are like, why would you do that? I'm like, because I can. Because I can. Because I can't do everything myself. I can't do all the inspections. I can't do all the certifications. And I get it. The industry is trying to protect the consumer. That's its thought. But when we see when we see a pipe that's leaking and water on the floor, we know it's not the foundation. Yeah. So for it to need a waterproofing.
But you guys know that.
Yeah. And so should the person saying, now we want a letter from a waterproofing contractor to say there's no water in the foundation, where you can clearly see it's something else. And that's actually one of the things that keeps us, pretty busy after hours. So like right now, daylights, ends at 8:30. And that's really where a lot of the agents be like, whatever time you can get there. Because that's really, you guys know, that's really what's holding everything up.
Exactly.
That's what's holding everything up. Yeah. And this year, I'm making a big effort to really, no call service, no AI, nothing like. I really like, I really like someone on the phone, that's gonna 100%, that the clients are always gonna be able to speak to someone, because I can't answer the phone all the time, and also to be able to, I can't clone myself, right? But
maybe soon.
But all of our guys, to be able to offer put out the same service every time. And we all have our different personalities, but to be able to know that you're going to get the same service. Or at the end of the day, you're still going to get me. If there's a question, if something's going on, or if I do need to go out there and take a look at it, because it's some of these things, it's silly to say, but we get out there and take a picture and it's like, that's nowhere near what they thought it was.
You got catfished.
Yeah, 100%. It's like I can't even guess what it was they were looking at.
I never understood the concept of because when you see some of these listing photos, you're like, holy shit. Yeah. And you get there, like.
I have actually sent him some inspection reports. Like, hey, can you look at this? I'm like, no, that's like it's way off. So, yeah.
Or we have to wonder, like, what YouTube video did they watch to do this?
Exactly.
Because I want to see it, because I don't understand how they did this, remodeled it this way, or did the repair this way,
or how they think it's correct.
Yeah. And there are a lot of good there's a lot of good information out there.
Yeah.
There's
all
a lot
out
of bad
there.
information.
Yeah. I'm excited to spin the wheel with you, man. I'm sure you got some good stories. I do want to apologize. I did not pour this shit.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
I'm not much of a drinker, so
you're gonna be, because this is crazy. This is what Fleitas does. I'm gonna take over the pours.
Yeah.
So I apologize on the first
That's
one.
all apple juice, actually.
apple juice.
All right. Well, please do the honors. Give us a spin. So the whole concept is you answer the question, we all drink with you. If you don't answer, you just take a penalty shot. No big deal. And then that's it.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, client horror story.
I actually want to hear this one. Client horror story.
Oh wow. There's
perspective, the homeowner or the realtor?
I'd say.
Oh, there's so many.
I would say the client. The client.
Okay.
There's so many.
One that sticks out the most, I guess.
So, every buyer's going to be there. They're anxious. They're worried. There's always something in the back of mind that they've heard. So for whatever reason, we had a client, no name. So we had a client who somewhere along the way had a good friend that was a DIY carpenter who heard that if the floors are squeaking, that could be termite, that could be the end of the world. The house can fall. Okay. So no matter what we did or how we tried to explain to them that the floor squeaking was not a big deal. And I offer myself, hey, I'm up late. You can always call. Questions are always free. I think we must have had. I wouldn't be exaggerating if I said at least 100 phone calls.
Holy cow.
On the floor, and then just over and over on how new articles. I got so much information about floor squeaking, and the reason it's such a horror story is because there was such a non-issue that just because it stuck with him. It just
there's a lot of sleep over it. Sounds like holy shit.
And it was almost where, and sometimes it happens. We almost have to get them out of their own way, because this house was not going to be his. He couldn't because the floor squeaked.
Over anxious.
Did you ever feel like that kind of client? You know what? I'm going to refund this client back and I'm not going to deal with other calls.
No. If anything, it's more of a challenge to try to educate him because I'm doing. I almost feel bad. Like I'm not doing something right. That if
he doesn't understand.
If the time that they have that type of question
and if the time that we spent together at this point, I'm not your trusted advisor, or you can't trust in what I'm saying, then I almost feel like I must have done something wrong. But no matter what I did, that's why it's a horror story. There was no getting through that. The floor, there's nothing wrong with the floor.
They're still asking you the same question.
There's nothing wrong with the floor, and then the process went through. Now he's in the home. And that's when the phone calls really started. Because no matter what room he was in, there was something going on with him. And so we finally got a flooring contractor out there. They ripped out all the floors, all the hardwood floors. And he spend the money to redo all the floors. And it's a horror story because it was such a non-issue.
And now he still has a squeak.
Yeah, and to see him spend all of that money to put in some Brazilian beautiful floor, to have it squeak even more.
He got a brand new squeak.
Oh my God.
But he was fine with it because now it's going to settle and the squeak is normal.
Oh,
okay. Now
that makes sense.
That makes sense.
No big deal.
I was going to ask you part B to this. Any animal horror stories?
Oh yeah. 100. So, and a lot of agents, whoever sees is gonna remember. So we did before Thanksgiving. What was this? About 3 years ago before Thanksgiving. I'm in. Inspection's going great. Yeah. Everything's good. No major issues. A lot of cosmetics, and we went over all that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna disappear now, and I'm gonna go in the crawl space. So I jump in the crawl space. About 3 feet. Get in the crawl space. Jump in. And as I'm going, as I'm looking, because I'm with my light, I take a video. We go down there virtually. I tell our clients we're all gonna go in the crawl space. So I take my video so they can get rich. So it's like they're down there, they can see everything, right? Yeah. And as I do that, I see something shiny, and then I see this skin shedding. Right? Something shed its skin, and it's not small. It's really big. So at that point, I just start backing up. It's a snake, and I know it's a snake, so I'm just backing up. And it could be a garter snake. I don't know, right?
Yeah,
but this was definitely not. This was big. So I start backing up, and as I back up and I flash my light, I can see I can see the skin, and I can see how big it is. So I back up, I jump out, and then I cover it because I'm like, this thing is big. So I tell the buying agent, and she's like, well, let me call the listing agent, and I hear her on the phone, and she was coming back to lock up because she actually opened up. So she's like, 10 minutes. And I'm like, no, I think this is big. So she gets there. She's like, oh, well, you know what? When they were moving this big old 100-gallon tank, when they were moving, apparently they lost it. they lost their snake. And I'm like, you know what? From what it's got to be 6 to 8 feet, no doubt.
Oh,
and
God.
We get him on the phone, and the homeowner's like, get out of the house. He says, get out of the house. I'm on my way. Get out of the house. So we get out of the house because we're not gonna stay in the house. And he's like probably more like 14 feet. He's like probably more like 14 feet, and he hasn't eaten at this point. In a good 3-4 months. So, it's a constrictor, right? It's a constrictor. So that would have been it. Yeah. And they would have never even thought, say, hey, somebody go down there and look for him because
dude, I'm such a wimp. That would have been the last day of my career as a home inspector.
So the homeowner gets there and he says, you know what? So because I need to finish the inspection is on his mind, right? Because he wants to sell his home. I'm going to go and get some feeders. And then, I'm going to feed him, and then, you can finish the inspection. And I said, no. You get his name. He told us his name. Went through his whole spiel, and the pet is the snake's name. And I'm like, oh, but you get Charlie out of the crawl space, and let me know, and I'll come back. Yeah. You get Charlie out of the crawl space, and I'll come back. And he took a picture, and he's like, oh, Charlie's out. He's back in his enclosure. And
that's fucking crazy.
Dude, I'd rather eat asbestos, bro. That's crazy.
And then we include thermal imaging with all our inspections. We include thermal imaging, like we do termite inspections. Well, with the thermal imager, you can see the mice behind the walls. You can see the mice behind the walls. You see the raccoons. Yes, and it's happened where all of a sudden it's like there's a hole in this. Where was this? Off of Roosevelt, Lombard, right? We were in Lombard, and there's drywall, hole in the roof, hole in the drywall, and I see the little ones like, oh, I think that's a baby. Oh, it is a baby raccoon. And then and then if there's a baby, there is a mom. But then where the ceiling comes down, there's no there's drywall, and then there's no drywall. Right. And I was there with the agent and his broker who was there, who came to say hi, and he's like, what was that? I'm like, what was what? He's like, was that you? I'm like, yes, that was me. I did scream. That's okay. I'm like, it's coming down. Go run, because it was coming down the side wall because it hurt us, and now the babies are
protect the baby.
But we get it. We get all kinds of.
Oh man, that's crazy. Forget that part of the job. I'm like,
not fun. Rodents. Yeah, rodents.
Oh man,
not fun.
It is tradition for JT to join us on the first shot.
There you go,
That's
sir.
some horror stories, man. That's fucking crazy.
Salud.
Fuck.
Don't worry, you're doing the next 2 shots, though.
Bro.
Put apple juice.
Is that rubbing alcohol?
Shit. Smooth. Flavored asbestos, brother. Yeah. Go ahead and do another spin while I reload here like a normal human. Oh, that's brutal.
Biggest regret. Biggest regret.
Hard.
That's hard.
That's hard because just the way I was raised, it's in me to serve.
Yeah.
Right. And we mentor and we've helped a lot of inspectors start their own companies, right? Through the school. And I think sometimes, you can't put in more work than someone else is willing to put in for them. Yeah. And that's hard for me because I'm old school where I believe if I work harder, you're going to see that I work harder, and you're going to match me, right? And unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Yeah. And like 50 is like around the corner, and it's taken me a lot of years to really understand that, you can't do for someone else. You can't bring them with you. You can't. And as much as, you try, some people are going to be comfortable with understanding, I haven't raised my prices in I don't know how long. We need to, right? I think
24 years.
I think we did. I think I would say 4 years ago. I think 4 years ago we raised $25. But we have people that we mentored that that are licensed now that are in the industry a year that are charging $100, $200 more than we do. And that's hard because the consumer doesn't know. The inspection is only as good as the inspector. That's just doing the inspection. Yeah. And I always give the example. My daughter, I just spoke with my daughter. She's got a driver's license. She's 17, has a driver's license, out there driving. I love her to death, but I don't want to be on the road when she's on the road. I have a driver's license too, right? And that's kind of how I equate it, right? I'm like, we're all licensed. We're all licensed, but there's different levels.
But it's we're licensed, but that's a very great way to put it.
Yeah. And I'm sure you, because you see it as well, right?
There are licensed loan officers, and then there's fucking Juan Fleitas.
Yeah, And you know what? And I say that's exactly the example that I give. I say, you know what? If you want to get it done and get it done right without any of the, we can figure this out or we can do it because, it is what it is. In the industry.
There's levels.
Yeah. And it's like, you know what? He'll get it done. And they were like, oh, yes, he will. And thank you. Or we get to the closing. We did the inspection. We're everywhere. And it's like, you know what? We didn't verify income properly.
Yeah.
And it's like.
That's the worst thing. That's the worst feeling.
I got to call you out, Wade. That was way too fucking polished.
Was it?
Too polished. So I wish I could help more people. What regret do you have selfishly?
That I spent too much time trying to help other people when they really didn't want to be helped.
Did that become more polished?
Yeah.
Was that more polished?
And that time I could have been spending with my family. Right,
or going to the company
with my car.
Yeah.
I could have been doing
teaching her how to drive.
So many. Yeah. No, she drives. She's a good driver, but she's still. It's experience. There's nothing you can do. You have to go through the motions to get the experience. There's no way around it.
Can she parallel park?
Because she can parallel park, but she still can't tell that guy's about to make a left, whether you like it or not. You better slow down. You could text him, and he'll text you back. He's gonna make a left, and then she'll understand that the signal's not enough, and he's creeping.
I love that.
And still no understanding that. Yeah. If you're in the intersection and you could see me, I'm gonna hit you.
Yeah.
Right? She still doesn't understand.
That's the experience factor.
100%.
Right? Experience factor of that. Yeah, of
the experience factor. Because now today, as we get older, our health is the most important thing we have, and as
100%,
as that has started to fail me, it's like we don't get our time back.
Yeah,
we don't get our time.
I love that.
So while my prices aren't important to me, the time that I spend with my clients and with the and with you, with the people that I work with, that's really the most important thing to me. So the fact that I wasted a lot of time trying to show people how, if you do things a little bit differently, your life could be different, because this is a great industry. We're in a great industry.
We're so blessed.
We are in a great industry to be able to do all that we do. And, now the things my kids get to do. My kids have lived an amazing life, and I'm like, I want to be you. I wish I was you when I was a kid. Right? I'm like, wow.
So to keep it on a relevant topic, right? Current events, AI, big boom coming, right?
Yep.
Robots, all that good stuff. Everyone's always fearful of it, right? They're out here, rumors about the buyer agent's going to be obsolete. They've been trying to automate our world forever.
They've been saying that for a while, though.
Years, right?
Yeah.
What about your world?
No, COVID, right? They try to do the video inspections and I was superintendent, National Home Rentals, and I've done a lot of other things while still wearing my inspector's hat. And you get these young kids that come in to build an app that have all these ideas, and I'm all for it. I'll try it. Let's try it. Right? Yeah. I'm all for it because I can't say no because I don't know what it is.
You don't know, right?
I don't know what it is.
You're open-minded. That's huge.
I need to be, right? Because I don't know, and if I don't know, I want to find out. But over and over, while we say it's AI, it's not AI. Someone still has to program it. Right? It doesn't develop on its own, right?
Yeah.
We still have to tell it what to do. So while we're saying AI, it really is an AI, right? And I'm a little bit smart, where I know that we will get there. But there's AI is not going to be able to sit there with your client to know, like, hey, you're not telling me something, to be able to feel them, their income, what's their situation, what they're comfortable with. There's no way. Yeah. There's no way that AI is going to be able to do that.
110%. This is a people business, and whether it's the realtor, the loan officer, home inspector, attorney, it's a people business.
And we do things completely differently. Where I can see in the process, of the home inspection, where the client, they're anxious, what they're afraid of, we're almost that last step where we don't sell homes, but we do. Sometimes we help that client get out of their own way. 100%. Sometimes we help that client get out of their own way. Explain to them what's really there.
You're such an important step.
Yeah, that things can be repaired, and then help them get out of that anxiousness. Like, oh my God, after this step, that's it. Like I'm on. Like this is almost over.
But just learning, because actually Wayne did my home inspection on my house in 8-9 years ago, and I remember just learning, picking up stuff I didn't know then. So just watching him and him explaining things, going through every room, it's like, hey, you watch this, and you just learn.
Yeah, when we're done, you end up feeling empowered.
Yeah,
like I can do this. Yeah, and that's really what we do. Honestly, that's what we. At the end of the inspection,
that filter. Yes, I can.
At the end of the inspection, awesome. Our buyer and sometimes the seller, because we do both. They feel empowered. Like, I can be a homeowner. I can do this.
Yeah. Everyone can, right?
Absolutely. So, and if you feel you can't, that's okay. Get in there and then you can call me with questions.
Thank you for saying that. I'm not handy whatsoever. I promise you, if I had a snake that was 14 feet run away, my neighborhood,
run away,
I'm buying another home. Like, I'm just not going to.
It's time to move. It's time to move.
I'm out.
It's time to move. And we have plenty of agents that list the home for you.
I do want to keep this on topic, but I got to call out JT.
Okay.
He wasn't going to take that shot.
Oh, he wasn't? Oh, my God.
So now, he's just going to drink with us. That was the craziest shit, sir.
He might be a sipper. You don't know. Some people like it. Some people like the taste.
He might be a sipper.
Some people don't like the burn and rubbing alcohol.
Wayne's just a good positive guy. Yes. Just a good positive guy.
All right.
So we do want to cut some reels, man. I'm not gonna do shit until he takes this. By the way, that was crazy.
We're gonna watch him.
Yeah, right now we're toasting together.
Número dos.
Tell him, then why you give me so much?
It's because I'll Fleitas. But I got a question here because I talk about this all the time. So the home inspection report, regardless if the house is 40 years old, 20 years old, brand new, that inspection report's gonna have shit on it.
Oh, still
talk to us about that because I feel like sometimes some new first time home buyers may get a little scared on that report.
Yeah,
shit is normal.
Yeah,
can you speak to that?
100%. So we don't like to send the home report unless we're going to be able to get on the phone with them within an hour of sending it.
Okay.
And that's so important because
so you review it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So that's something we do different. You know. And I tell everyone. I tell all of. And I say our guys because it's in our industry. I tell them, hey, you need to be. Oh well, you know what? If they have questions, they'll call us back. No, we want to. We're not done. Our job is almost never done. If when we're done with the actual home inspection, we hope at that point we are their trusted advisor, and they can call us at any point, whether it's this home or the next home, with any questions because. You know, they're always going to feel like they have someone to go back to and someone that's going to be.
That sounds basic, but it isn't. I've bought countless houses. I don't think anyone's ever called me.
No. And so we send the report, and then before they're overwhelmed, we try to be on the phone with them when they have it right in front of them.
But it's teamwork because the realtor, the loan officer, the home inspector, it's not going to be perfect. The house is not going to be. They're going to have things you're going to have to do to the house.
Well, that's part of our spiel now, right?
Exactly.
So like before the inspection, we're like, hey, you're going to get some things on that report. Yeah. That is normal. Yes. We want the big ticket items.
100%. And you know,
the big ticket items.
There's and without giving too many trade secrets away,
fuck it.
There's so we, you know, I get realtors are like, really? You're gonna take pictures of those cosmetics and put in the report? And I'm like, yes, because I want your buyer to be talking about the cosmetics, not about the crack at the foundation. That's gonna be $500. That's gonna be $500 to repair with epoxy. Yeah. That's really not a big deal. There's no water seepage anywhere around there. Yeah. But they're gonna see a crack, and that could really scare them. Right? Okay. And there's really not an issue.
That's such a huge point, right? Because we talk to that, right? Mm-hmm. Like when you see an outlet that doesn't work, who gives a shit? How are the bones?
Yeah. What is in the electrical panel? How does that look? Because the outlet I can swap off for less than $2, right?
Right.
And no big deal if it isn't working. If the switch outlet doesn't work, same thing. You know,
big deal.
We can get an electrician, and that's the difference. Where I'm not just inspecting it. I can do this myself, right? I've done it, right?
So for free.
And actually a lot of times actually for free. I'm not very good at charging. A lot of anyone watching.
I am not good at charging.
There's gonna be a lot of
this guy. I'll put his number on.
There's gonna be people that watch and say, yeah, he didn't charge me because I go. I'm like, it's okay. I got to go to the next one. I don't have time.
That is hilarious.
Zell me at a number. Zell me at a number, and maybe I'll get it. If not, don't even worry about it.
That is hilarious.
Because at the end of the day, big picture to replace an outlet or a GFCI.
Anybody that owns Wayne's, Zell them right now.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, a GFCI to hold up, someone getting into a home.
Keep it moving.
It's silly.
But you're a good-hearted person, man.
Thank you.
Did we spin again?
No. We're going to have to, this is our...
You know why? Because JT threw... Did you guys realize he wasn't taking his first shot?
I don't remember spinning the first time.
That was the craziest.
I don't remember spinning the first time.
So this is the third question. This is number 3.
All right, let's do it. Do the honors, sir.
Number 3. Hey, you went the other way.
I went the other way.
That threw me off too. That threw me off too.
I don't want to drink.
If you could start your career over, how would you do it?
I would become a loan officer.
No, you would not.
No, I would not. No. You know what?
Was that a diss?
No. It was not a diss.
Was that a little pew-pew?
It was not a diss. No. Okay. I don't think I would do it. I don't think I would do anything differently. I don't
You're
think I
built
would.
for this, brother.
I am, and I'm a unicorn. Things just develop the way they did for me.
But you were in the military, right?
I was, I was in the Air Force. So things just developed.
And thank you for your service, by the way.
Yeah. So I'm a disabled veteran. I'm a decorated disabled veteran. So at a very young age, I was not very good at the trades. I was horrible. But my father passed away at a young age, and we had someone within the family that had a shout out to Ed the carpenter, right, who doesn't do anything anymore, but he has mentored and trained so many people. And he was at the carpenter, at the plumber, at the electrician, at the roofer, at the mason, and all of his companies were all union shops. So at a young age, I was exposed to a union shop. And I did all of the trades. And I started, as a plumber, really more of a mason because I was rebuilding catch basins. Because I was little and I wasn't little. I was the same size, but back then this was little, right? And so I was kind of a unicorn where I did learn all the trades. And then I got to go to the Air Force Academy and got an education, So I got the best of both worlds where I could be sitting there talking to another engineer, another structural engineer, and, he really doesn't have any idea other than designing what we're doing and what's really going to be done in the field. Where I've actually been out in the field and I've actually done it, right?
Right.
So I'm blue
you
collar.
Really speak to it.
So I'm blue collar and I'm white collar, right? But I just cannot sit at a desk.
I love that, man. But you're where you need to be. By
100%. Yeah, thank you.
Fleitas, you're the Wayne version for a LO.
But you know what? That's one of my biggest regrets. Like, I'm not good with my hands. I wish I knew, because obviously we're paying all these professionals to fix our house because we don't want to mess it up. I'll try it, but then if I mess it up, I'm paying again to redo it again, so or I'm paying somebody else.
So you're paying more.
So I wish I knew a lot of this knowledge.
I could care less.
Doug wants to pay people, but
I don't want to be handy at all.
I do. I actually would want to be handy, but
bro,
I'm afraid of messing up and then I have to pay for it again to fix it.
Yeah. I think we talked about this on the podcast, but I remember I was back in the day, we were hanging out, this girl, and there's a flat tire. She's like, Doug.
The girl went out and fixed it?
One of us is going to do it.
Oh, my God. That's horrible.
So who changed the tire?
Not me.
Where is she now?
Not me. She's living life with a real man.
Wow.
A different man.
Yeah, I'm not handy with this shit. We know how to use the phone.
And that's not for everyone. And I think that's one of the biggest things.
Why is JT laughing over that?
Because he understands. He feels you,
bro.
That's one of the biggest things that I think we let our clients know is if you don't know, unfortunately, there's a lot of predators out there.
Yeah.
You're at their mercy. So we always tell everyone, even if we didn't do your inspection, call and ask the questions because we'll give you the answers. And I'm not a contractor. I'm not looking for work.
Keeping it real.
Yeah, I'm not looking for work. I'm not going to take your money. I'm looking to give you the information you need because if someone is calling you telling you it's going to be 30, because it's happened, and I'm not going to say, I'm not going to say any companies that are out there, but there'll be companies that are out there that'll be like, hey, we're going to come outside and we're going to dig out your foundation and we're going to put some membrane and we're going to do all this waterproofing,
it's not even necessary.
And it's going to be $30,000 and it's going to be a 5-year warranty.
Yeah.
And then we'll join them on site. And I'm the nicest guy in the world, but I'm comfortable talking shop. And I'm like, well, what if we did an epoxy injection there?
Would that fix it?
What would that cost?
$1,000?
$500.
Okay.
And what's the warranty on that? Lifetime. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Let's run over those two scenarios again. But wait, give me a second. I want the homeowner to hear this. And then we go through those scenarios, and they're like, "Wait, but I understand. Then why would you recommend the $30,000 repair?
Because that's what they do.
That's not a repair.
But that's
going to take 3 days. That's going to take 3 days. Where it'll take 2 hours to do the epoxy injections.
Done.
And there's not even seepage coming through that wall.
That's part of not knowing things, not knowing things, and finding a trusted accountant, mechanic. Home inspector. Yeah. All that. You have to find somebody you trust.
Yeah. Dude, you just hit it on the nail. Yeah. First of all, I've been wanting to say this forever. When you have a guy that's fucking the shit.
Yeah, exactly.
What are we doing?
Exactly.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
We're done.
So I got my mechanic I always go to. I know he's gonna be like, no, that's not worth it or whatever, right? So
we're such a weird society where it's like if this didn't sell you on Wayne, you don't give a fuck about quality. Yeah. Because a lot of times this society is like, all right, well, what does Wayne charge if I could get it $50 cheaper?
Yeah.
And you just lost all of this.
Yes.
Right? Will someone chop Fleitas on a fucking... Bro, we have people made us compete for $50 fucking. I was like, I'll give you 75 to shut the fuck up. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy.
But we teach them that's I'm with Wayne. Yeah. We teach them. We teach them so they understand.
But reputation also matters, right?
It does.
Some of these 100%. Offers are being accepted because it's us.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. So there's a lot of value to the quality and the expertise that we bring to the table.
Oh,
and We're always just playing limbo.
That's the biggest thing I ask my clients. Hey, if I did a great job, please leave a review. Like that's one of the things that I do. I don't know if you do that as well.
I'm horrible at that. Actually,
really?
Yeah, I'm so horrible at that.
Myself is pretty good.
Where I'm glad we have the review. Actually, we just got our first bad review actually, which was a 2-star, and then we went back and we actually that's the first one we actually replied to because we actually went over the issues that if you read our reviews. Yeah. We go over everything in detail, and that was one thing that he felt necessary. That he felt we didn't inform him on nuggets that he could have saved, which we did. They were on the report, and we did go over them. But that's it. I'm not going to dwell on the fact that we got one bad review. But I need to do a better job of actually following up, sending that.
Well, your team does. You can't do everything.
Exactly. So and that's just it because exactly where the team says, well. Shouldn't we do this, and this? And I'm like, oh, no, that's okay. I don't want to be spamming someone and sending them 3 emails so they leave a review. It's just 3 emails. So it's like, but on my end, I don't want to be, it's not spam.
We want reviews.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I need to say,
I'm picky with it,
let's go ahead and send them, which I should.
Here, I'm going to give you a tip right now. Up your prices $25. And if they leave you a review, you give them $25 credit.
Ooh.
No?
I don't.
Yo, can we zoom in on that?
See, I would be paying.
Shut that down.
I would be paying for reviews. I don't want to. I feel.
No, it's the same price. I said up your price $25.
And they leave a review.
Yeah. So I'm giving you a raise if they don't give you a review.
You'll get reviews anyway, but I know you will.
So we got to figure something out. Or I just need to tell them when I'm done, please leave a review. I have yet to have someone not leave a review if I ask them to.
Oh, okay.
Which is worse. Which is worse because if I ask, they leave it. And they're great reviews.
That's awesome.
They're crazy.
Awesome.
Bro, I'm so crazy with reviews. I remember, so we're at a 5 stars. I told Fleitas we got like a 4.9. I lost it.
He's like,
I fucking lost it. I was like, what happened to us?
I'm like, Doug, this is good. Somebody was having a bad day and then left a 4.8 on there or whatever. Like, come on.
I don't want to jinx anything, but we got a 2-star review and I'm still at 5 stars. I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
they could have corrected it.
Yeah, they could go back and correct it.
Maybe he did. Maybe he had a change of heart because we did spend a lot of time with this individual.
There you go. You can change your review.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you can update it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So you're back to 5.
See? Well, there we go. I didn't know. Look at that. See, I learned something new. Thank you. Gracias. Thank you. I learned something new.
We're at 4.99.
Oh my God, this guy.
I hate it.
I mean, it's good to think everyone could be 5 stars and be perfect.
You can't.
But we're not all perfect. And it's hard to think that I'm perfect, 5 stars, but I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
But I'm thankful for that.
Yeah.
I'm good at 4.9. I'm good at 4.9.
Yeah. I'm not handy and I want 5 stars.
And here's something that's hard to swallow is it doesn't matter what I do. We can't please everyone.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to please everyone.
I want to please everyone. I want 5 stars. So here we go.
All right. Last one.
Salud. Yo, can we watch JT again? Because what are you doing over there, bro? You taking that shit?
Yeah, bro. He's laughing.
All right, fair enough.
There's a question on here that's brand new. We didn't spin it, but I'm going to ask it anyway.
You want me to land on it?
No.
Let's land on it.
Yeah.
The weird spelling's got to be him. It's got to be one of these two, huh?
Yeah. The scariest thing. There, that one. There you go. Boom. Scariest thing you've ever done. Let's talk about it.
Scariest thing I've ever done in the industry?
Period.
No, period.
Well, I was in the Air Force, right? So I'm a decorated veteran, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, of course, my service, right? My time in service. Scariest thing I've ever done, I would say, is my children.
Being a father?
Oh, yeah.
I can see that.
These kids.
But 19, are you 19, right?
Yeah. Oh, I was a kid. I was a statistic. Oh, I said that. And how many shots is that? That's pretty good. Statistic. I was a statistic, right? I was. Yeah, no.
I love it.
I was a statistic. And,
so the scariest thing is having a kid at 19.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I had a son and I had no idea. Luckily, I was very blessed to be able to be raised, at the boys club, really. Because, I mean, I had a single mom. My father passed away at a young age. And I was fortunate enough to be raised at the boys club.
It's like
and have a lot of good mentors around me, which is great.
I would be terrified to be a father, so I get that, man.
Yeah.
What's the scariest thing you've ever done?
I don't know.
No?
I don't know.
Nothing comes to mind like the scariest thing that
Not changing a tire?
Scared the shit out of you.
Changing the fucking tire on a car.
Yeah. There's gonna be something scary.
I don't know, dude. So I did the whole military boot camp with the Marines and shit. They made us jump off like a 30-foot fucking tower. Okay. That fucking sucked dick because I'm scared of heights.
Okay. That would qualify. Yeah.
So you're a Marine then?
I took a discharge. Thank you for making me sound like a wimp.
No, I'm just saying because I have a lot of good friends who are Marines. I have a lot of good friends, and once a Marine, always a Marine. But they stayed over here on what is that over here in what is it in
Great Lakes is Navy.
No, right here. What is it called? In Puerto Ricanville. What's it called? In Humboldt Park.
Humboldt Park.
They have the armory there.
Yeah.
So they stayed here and they were at the army and they were Marines.
Yeah.
And they're gun ho and I was in the Air Force, so I get razzed. I get it. I was in the Air Force, but I was actually overseas.
Yeah.
I actually got in a plane and exactly right. So,
not I.
But so
they asked me to change the tire is what happened, Wayne. And I was like, I'm not for you. Yeah. I can't say Semper Fi, bro. I can't.
And they told me I can't drive a Humvee. They're like, don't touch any of the equipment anymore. I said, okay, I won't drive anything anymore because apparently wasn't very good at driving.
So you're the issue, not your daughter.
No, it was me. It was, but that was now we go to the Badlands and we do all kind of motocross. But back then, cool. I didn't know what that was. So when they say don't put that Humvee in the water, I didn't understand, and I wanted to see if I can get it out of the water. And apparently, you're not supposed to put the Humvee in the water.
Well, shit, that was just $3 million.
So that was it. Yeah. So they said you can't drive anything anymore.
I understand that.
That's okay.
That makes a lot of sense.
So that was a blessing because then from that on, someone drove me everywhere. So that was good.
That worked out. Yeah. What about you?
Scariest thing is skydiving.
Won't do it.
Did it one time. At that time, my girlfriend, his mom, and grandma were getting on the plane. The uncles they're like, no way, we're staying here. I was like, I'm like, grandma's getting on a plane. That's not a big deal. I'll get on a plane.
We got grandma's bungee jumping.
Grandma is skydiving.
You realize he's in trouble. He just said girlfriend.
Yeah,
he's in trouble.
Back in the day, the girlfriend.
He just said girlfriend.
I'll stop. Back in my girlfriend at the time. That's what I said. Just the shot.
We're trying to start some shit.
Anyway, so we get up. I don't know. We're 25,000 feet. Is that probably that's the height? Yeah. And this is my first time doing it, right? So they always have somebody attached to you.
Yeah.
The guy's name behind me is a big guy. His name is Bear.
What's up, Bear?
Bear. Bear. This was in Wisconsin.
By the way,
was he soft?
Named Bear.
I don't know if he was soft. I didn't really fill him out, but his name was Bear.
Wayne's trying to start some shit.
His name was Bear, and it was my turn to go. And I'm looking down. I'm like, oh shit! I'm just holding on to the plane. I won't let go. Yeah. He pushes me, and then we just start like twirling down. Where I'm supposed to kick my feet out.
We just Titanic when he said, "I won't let go."
we start twirling down. Yeah. We're not supposed to be doing it. I was supposed to kick out my feet so we can just start falling.
Yeah.
And then
twirling is bad.
It's bad. Horrible.
That's how you puke.
And then I felt like I was like gonna pass out. It's kind of raining, so they got water on my face, hitting me. And then I'm supposed to he's like, check your clock. We're supposed to hit the parachute. Yeah. So I'm like, I'm not even paying attention. I'm like, what's going on? I'm fucked up. So he's like, he pulled the chute. And then that was easy. Once you start gliding down, it was easy. But it was like the scariest thing I've ever done. I did it once, never do it again.
I'll never do it.
Never do it again.
Unless maybe I'm like
never do it again.
Yeah.
See, I've propelled, and just recently it was a friend's birthday, and we went to Starved Rock where they do have out there. They have skydiving, and we did it. We were going to do it, and we were all gun ho, and as afraid as I was, I said we're going to do it, and apparently it was windy, and we couldn't do it. And I'm not saying I'm glad. I'm just saying no. Actually, and I didn't even get a phone call back. Yeah. I didn't get a phone call back.
Bad service.
And it was for to celebrate a birthday. So I'm like, this will be awesome. I'll go with you. We'll do it. And no, they didn't call us back, but they called us back the next day and said, oh well, we can do it Tuesday. I'm like, oh, we're already back home. It's okay. It's not gonna work for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was.
By the way, I also had the video service on mine, so they were all recording me while all this is fucking happening.
So Fleitas I'm glad you said that.
So he's 6 people recording you.
He has not been wanting to post his footage. Can we have a fucking poll?
Oh my god!
Should he share it?
I'll try to dig it up and maybe I'll share
try to dig it up.
Try to dig it up.
This guy has it. He has it.
That's
crazy. Yeah.
I would share that.
Yeah.
Wayne, we made it through the wheel. What else do you have going on, sir? Anything that you share? Any new enhancements to your no price increase?
Or events you do? Events at the end of the year?
Not right now. It's still early in the year.
Okay.
It's still early in the year.
Yeah.
We're busy. No, not right now.
Who's your best realtor?
Questions are always. Oh wow, we have. I'll tell you what. Honestly, we don't really market. We don't really do any advertising. We really should do a lot better. I should do better on posting videos, informative videos, because we post a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I see you doing that actually.
But we get a lot of love. Honestly, you know what? We've been around all of these years really because of people like you and our realtors. We get a lot of love from our realtors.
We had a huge event last year. He was in the panel. Remember, we had the huge with the appraiser. We had a huge
I found I didn't charge for anything.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, 100%. We get a lot of love from our realtors because at the end of the day, they're like, as they're going through a transaction, they're like, they hit a wall and they're like, oh my God, what do I do? Okay, we're done. This deal's dead. And then we're able to come and say, we're saying, no, it's not done. We'll figure it out. What is it? What's the problem? And we'll make it work.
That's
and
awesome.
we do. And we make it work for them. Because a lot of the times it is just something that they maybe haven't encountered yet and that we can help them through.
Yeah. A lot of times the certifications you're helping us with, whether it's, foundation, roofing, whatever it is.
Lead, mold.
Lead, exactly.
Yeah.
Those are the biggest ones. I think. Yeah.
All right. Any outro? Because I'm going to go sober up.
I don't know how long it'll take because I'm kind of feeling numb at this point.
I don't even know what's going on.
He jumped out of a plane.
Yeah, I did.
Why?
A perfectly good plane.
Why?
I don't know.
You have 19 kids to live for, bro.
I was 29.
No,
I was 29 back then. I don't know.
He didn't then.
I was 29.
You only had half? All right. So what's next for you, bro? In 5 years, where are you going to spend all your millions?
In 5 years, if we're going to keep doing what we're doing. In 5 years?
Not spending the millions?
No, there's not much to spend.
I just confirmed he's a millionaire.
Yeah, the kids. Oh, and we all fall in love. So prior to falling in love, and I'm not divorced, so we've sold over 50 properties because we had to. Because you know what half is? Half is half. That's a lot.
Yeah.
Half is a lot. Half is a lot. So half is a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
You don't realize how much half is until half hits you.
You see that number.
Until half hits you.
Yeah.
But no, we're blessed. We're blessed. We'll be doing the same thing. 5 years. We'll be doing the same thing. We'll probably raise our prices $25. What else? $25 and what else?
Yeah.
$25.
I'm about to put a terrifying
But not really.
And a review.
Yeah, $25, but not really because if you leave a review, it won't be. It'll be the same.
It's for free.
Any of your kids taking over the mantle for you?
You know
think?
what?
No. Maybe.
Oh, you know what? You look at your kids, and there's those parents that are like, oh, my mijo.
Yeah.
I've never been that parent. I'm like, he's ugly. And she is I'm real. And I tell my kids like, Mama, you can't sing. We'll pay for the voice lessons, but Mama, it's gonna be a waste. But I love you, so I'll pay for them. So no, only because they don't have a passion for it. Now
it's true because like my son Jordan, I wanted him to be in this, but if he doesn't have passion for it, I'm not gonna force him
because you named him wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, stop it.
Kobe.
He was born on the 23rd.
It was a different era.
He was born on the 23rd.
Yeah. You can't change.
He wasn't born on the 24th.
He was one day off.
You can't change what it is. That's funny because my daughter laid out my shoes.
Yeah.
She's like, Dad, I'm like, no, but where's my socks? You can't wear black socks. I'm like, why can't I wear black socks? Dad, you can't wear black socks. I'm like, okay, I guess. But I get it with Jordan. Yeah. But no, I don't. It would be nice to think that they could because my boys are smart and my daughters, just like my boys, they've all and I share with pictures like, oh, look at my kids and this is one flip and this is another flip. They've all of them have done hundreds of flips with me. But my daughters, I think, have more of a passion and more of a want, right, to want to do those things. Where my kids were more like, well, because to them it was work. To them it was like, okay, we're gonna do this with Dad, and then we're gonna get done. Then we're gonna go to Outback, and then we're gonna go to Twin Lakes, Wisconsin, because we had a cottage, and then we're gonna get on the boat, and then we're gonna have some fun. So we got to do all this. So
you got a boat?
So they still do. Yeah. So to them it was more of a
boat party.
To them it was like we have to do all this stuff, and then we can do fun stuff. To where my daughters, it was like, this is all fun stuff, and then we gotta go
do work.
Get on the boat.
Yeah.
You know,
But the thing is, my thought was like, you built up this, this client base, all this work you've done, and you're going to pass it on. You want somebody to pass it on to, and then like you can't. So
which one of your kids would get it?
That's a good question. That's a really good question.
Doug Benavides.
It would be and even my boys. Actually, my boys are the ones that tell me like they're like their sister. They're like, you know what, Dad, she would be great because
they're gonna.
And here's the thing. Unfortunately, they don't know what they know.
Yeah.
They don't know the experience that they actually have because
just being around you.
Yeah, 100%. And not just that, but because I'm like, I'll be right back. This has to be done by the time I get back, and they get it done. Because at that point, they've done it for so long that they can actually do it.
That might be something that Doug was talking about. Like they don't see that in themselves yet. You know, that could be it. That could
totally.
be it. Yeah.
So my daughter Biabella, who's about to start Monday, she's gonna start real estate school. So she's gonna start college, so she's going to summer program. So she's gonna fit it into her schedule. And so I took her with me to an agent who is selling a home to her sister, who's gonna be a gut rehab.
Yeah.
So and I told her before my daughter got there, my daughter has no idea what the things that she knows. And the appraiser came through, there's mold, there's structural issues. So my daughter's walking through the property with the agent, explaining to her how this isn't a structural issue. And this mold, this can actually just be neutralized.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
So I'm just standing back, just
I vote for her.
Almost proud of her. You're like, oh my God.
100%.
I don't care how she drives.
Like she has no, she shouldn't drive. We'll have to drive her to me. Yeah. But for the agent to tell her like, so, and how do you know this? She's like, and for her to tell her like, well, what do you mean? Like, doesn't everybody know this?
Is this not common?
100%.
Like changing a tire?
Where she told her like, we don't know. Nobody knows this stuff. You know this because you've done it. And then she went on to tell her like, you're going to do fine. You're going to do great in real estate.
She's going to do amazing.
Yeah, she's like, you're going to do great in real estate. Yeah. I can't wait to get started. And actually, I was just talking to our agent again because that deal fell through. So now she's on to another one with her sister. And of course, it was nice to have her talk because, I mean, your kid, I don't know if you have any children, but your children aren't going to listen to you.
26.
Your children aren't going to listen to you. Yeah. So it was nice to have someone else tell my daughter what I always tell her because then now she understood it.
Yeah. It kind of gives you like a proud moment, right? Like,
100%. Where I'm just standing back watching her explain this stuff, and I'm like, oh wow, that it's so nice it's a proud moment.
I can already see that she's gonna have investors like going to her expertise.
Yes,
amazing.
Shout her out. Who's taking over the company?
Mia Bella at some point.
She was taking over Fleitas if you could.
Maybe Julene, my youngest. So maybe.
Right, cool. So we got 2 people on deck.
Yeah.
All right, we'll just keep everyone off the road, and we're good. That's an episode.
Thank you.
Thank you, Wayne.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
Thank you.